Delhi HC likely to hear Turkish firm Celebis plea against revocation of security clearance. The Delhi High Court is likely to hear Turkish ground-handling firm Celebi Aviation's appeal challenging a single-judge bench order that had dismissed its petition against the centre's decision to revoke its security clearance. The matter will now come up before a division bench of the High Court. Celebi had approached the court against the earlier order dated July 7, passed by a bench of Justice Sachin Datta, which upheld the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security's BCAS May 15 decision to withdraw security clearance. The court had made scathing observations while backing the centre, ruling that the action was taken on the basis of compelling national security and geopolitical considerations. While supporting the centre's action, the High Court had noted that there were compelling national security considerations involved that justified the withdrawal of security clearance. On perusal of the relevant inputs information, it indeed transpires that there are compelling national security considerations involved, which impelled the respondents to take the impugned action, the court had said. Justifying the BCAS's move, the court observed that there existed a necessity to eliminate the possibility of espionage. While it would not be inappropriate for this court to make a verbatim reference to the relevant information inputs, suffice it to say, that there is a necessity to eliminate the possibility of espionage and/or dual use of logistics capabilities which would be highly detrimental to the security of the country, especially in the event of an external conflict, it said. Underscoring the primacy of national interest, the court remarked that although the principles of natural justice are sacrosanct, it is a compelling constitutional truth that security of the realm is the precondition for enjoyment of all other rights. It held that in matters concerning national security, it is not imperative for the government to follow the principles of natural justice. The High Court further held that the centre was justified in taking prompt and definitive action to protect civil aviation and national security. The state respondents are indeed justified in taking prompt and definitive action so as to completely obviate the possibility of the country's civil aviation and national security being compromised, the court said. Emphasizing the need for strict security vetting, the court highlighted that ground handling services at airports grant operators deep access to sensitive zones. Ground handling services at airports offer deep access to airside operations, aircraft, cargo, passenger information systems and security zones. Such unbridled access to vital installations and infrastructure naturally elevates the need for strict security vetting for operators, and their foreign affiliations, the court observed. It added that this need was especially pressing in light of contemporary challenges faced by the country in the security domain, and the escalations incidents witnessed in the recent past, with geopolitical factors at play. BCAS's action came amid rising diplomatic and military tensions between India and Turkey, particularly over Ankara's support to Pakistan following the terror attack in Pahalgam in April and during Operation Sindoor launched by Indian forces subsequently. The revocation of Celebis clearance effectively halted its ground handling operations in India, putting its workforce and multiple airport contracts in uncertainty. In its appeal now pending before the division bench, Celebi has argued that BCAS's decision was in violation of Rule 12 of the Civil Aviation Security Rules, which mandates that an entity must be heard before its security clearance is revoked. The firm contended that the May 15 order was passed without granting it an opportunity to be heard and merely citing national security without specific justification made the action vague and unsustainable in law. It also challenged the single judge's acceptance of the government submitting inputs in a sealed cover without sharing the same with the petitioner. According to Celebi, the order failed to uphold its right to know and respond to the grounds for such a significant decision. Swipe left for next video. The center, on its part, had submitted that disclosing the reasons or granting a hearing could have defeated the purpose and caused delays. It maintained that while the government had the power to act or the standard process in such matters, Celebi's representation submitted a day before the May 15 order was duly considered. Separately, the Bombay High Court recently lifted an earlier order that had restrained Mumbai International Airport Limited Mile from finalizing fresh bids to replace Celebi Aviation's subsidiary for ground and bridge handling services. The court noted that Celebi had already lost its legal challenge in the Delhi High Court, and there was no ground to continue restraining Mile from moving forward with the replacement process. Latest blogs.